It's Tanya and I'm here again with the weekly sketch, and yes, I'm sure you are all bored to death with me harping on and on and on about how I went and met up with Arit Landgraf when we were overseas on our European trip. But you know, I'm sure some of you must identify with the excitement that we had, because you get to know people online and you chat with them for, oh golly, years. And you never really think it's possible that you might meet, and then it does happen. So it was a pretty big deal in our lives. So yeah, I'm still stoked about it. Anyway, the sketch is by Corey Jones, and so it's a really fun one. And yes, I kind of did a bit of Inception here, because not only am I documenting the fact that Arit and I met, but I'm also using her paper. So I've got her on her paper. I mean, that's got to be good. And yes, it did hurt my heart a little bit to use both of these beautiful pieces of paper. But I had this idea that I wanted to make the flowers kind of pop off the page. You know, I wanted to fun foam them and to, I don't know, give them a bit of shadow and stuff. So I thought it worked well with the sketch, and you know, worked well with what I had in mind. And then of course I'm using these gorgeous frames that have got the why do words always fail me? Pom-poms, there we go. It's got the pom-poms all the way around it, so I thought that tied in quite well. And then I went through the Vicky Bouton pack that we got and discovered the butterflies. And I did what Arit usually does, and she often speaks about this, is that she colour coordinates a lot of when she's scrapbooking. Like I've got the pink butterfly on the pink roses, and the yellow butterfly on the yellow roses, and yes, admittedly the green butterfly isn't either yellow or pink, but hey, you know, got to have a bit of creative license. And I'm just going through the pack to see what else I can do, and then I spotted those leaves and I thought they worked well, and I do try and get that say what on, but in the end I feel it's just a little too much. You know, you sometimes get to the point where you feel you need to stop. It took me a while to do that on this one, because I kept wanting to add more and more. This is the second layout I've made, even though it's the third one to go up in the weekly sketch. It's because I am, as is my wont, I kind of scrap ahead of time when I feel the inspiration. And yeah, in my first video I decapitated that poor butterfly, but you'll be pleased to see I put him back together again. What was I saying? Oh, it's my second layout, so I still have a ton of stuff to play with, and you know, you're still trying to get familiar with the kits and know what's in them and just use it all. That's what I'm trying to do, just use it all. So I'm taking those foam pads and I'm elevating the butterfly's wings to give them a bit of motion and dimension, and the say what is still coming back, but I'm going to take it away again. And what am I going to do now? I think, now I'm starting to work on my title, which is not all that imaginative, but you know, it is that I end up with "So Happy We Finally Met," and I do faff around a bit with the title, but that's just the way it is. And yeah, what else can I tell you? Oh, I got a bit sidetracked there. I was looking for some other of the alphas, and then noticed that on that crepe paper sticker sheet there were some more leaves, so I got them on too. And then I thought, hang on a second, we've got the crepe paper chipboard as well, so I grabbed that and I spotted some more leaves. See what I mean about just throwing it all on, just keep putting on as much as I can. And I really, really like how this layout came out, not just because of the subject matter, but because I think it looked really pretty, and it's very hard not for it to look really pretty when you have such a beautiful paper to work with. Yes, I think I said in the beginning it did break my heart a little bit to cut into it, and the other side of this paper is just gorgeous as well. I think Kimberly should, you know what I think Kimberly should do? I think Kimberly should have a little extra patterned paper add-on, which she just keeps in the shop, and it's just of all of Arit's papers and the other exclusive papers that they design. Wouldn't that be nice? Of course I could just get, you know, like 2 extra pattern paper add-ons each month, but I think maybe that's being a little bit a little bit greedy, and yeah, anyway, enough waffling on. It's I really am enjoying her papers this month, and I thoroughly enjoyed making this layout. So there we go. And there I am getting on got my title done, and then I'm using that design tip of triangle and groupings of 3, and I'm thinking what else, so I put in some of those black stars that came from, those are also great, those words. I can't remember which line it comes from, but all the details of these kits are up on the Hip Kit Club's website, so you can go and have a look. I don't know if there are December kits still available. If there are and you haven't grabbed them, you really ought to. My golly, they're gorgeous. And January's been revealed, and those also look equally beautiful. I don't know how they do it, but every single month it just gets better and better. And I like that hashtag goals, because that tied in with the fact that, you know, you have this goal in life, or this bucket list of doing things, and sometimes, you know, sometimes you get to do them. So there we go. And these are Vicky Bouton's word stickers, and I'm just getting a few of those on, again doing the color coordinating little trick. And yeah, that's basically all I really do, is try and color coordinate stuff all over the show. I do hope you're all having a wonderful time. When this goes up, it's the 19th of January, so my gosh, we would have been, golly, yeah, 3/4 of the way through January by the time you're watching this. Have you stuck to any of your resolutions? I can't say yet whether I have or not. I think in my first video I mentioned that I don't, or one of my videos, I've put up a lot recently, I mentioned that I don't tend to do New Year's resolutions because I fail miserably at them. So, but hopefully the ones that are in the back of my mind are going to, you know, I'm going to try at any rate. And I was just going through, those are Pinkfresh Studio die cuts that we got in one of the kits, and I was just trying to find something I could put on that frame just to give it a little bit more. And yeah, I had a pink star on that rose at the bottom there, but then I thought it was getting lost, so I brought in one of the crepe paper ones that tie in with the puffy stars, black stars I got in there, and thought maybe I could get something else, one of those other stickers on, but can't find a spot for it. And I think it's at this point I realise that I really ought to stop, but I do one last thing, and that's putting those enamel dots onto my butterflies, again in the colour coordinating. And I've got some stills coming up, so I do hope you'll join me in the Facebook forum. You must, if you don't know, we do have a competition every week where we share a sketch and some layouts we've made, and then we invite you to join us and make your own layouts, and one gets chosen to win a $10 coupon code to the Hip Kit Club store. So please join in, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.